Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and I'm back safely from Star Wars Celebration, here to record on my usual spot. I'm talking about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So this is the calm before the storm, right? We have our last bastion of hope pretty much for the people of the North, and they are holding themselves out in the castle of Winterfell, and this is where the entire episode takes place. There's no Cersei or no King's Landing, right? This is all focused on all these characters that have come together through all 8 seasons. We are seeing characters interact for the first time since Season 1, Episode 1, and I want to just jump right into Jaime Lannister's story and about how we pick up right with him being interrogated in the hall by Daenerys Stormborn. Yes, we know he is the Kingslayer. He killed her father, so we get right into it right away. And I thought that was excellent how we just get that interaction between people sticking up for Jaime Lannister. We have his brother Tyrion, right? But what was really awesome was seeing Brienne of Tarth stick up for Jaime Lannister way back from Season 3. Remember, they were on the journey together, and they have been through hell and back again, and it was awesome just to see that going on. But then we go a step further and we have Jaime Lannister interacting with Bran, and Bran is in the condition he is in, disabled because of Jaime Lannister pushing him out of the window for the cliffhanger at the end of Season 1, Episode 1, all those years ago. And it was awesome because he's a different person, and he's saying to Jaime, like, look, there is a part for you to play in this battle, so I'm not holding it against you. That's why I didn't tell anybody, because he has the forethought of what is going to happen in the future. And just spinning off of that point, seeing how we have this ultimate battle plan drawn up, like we actually know what the purpose of this battle is, right? Because the dead, they can just keep multiplying. That's just how the White Walkers go. They just summon the dead of the people they kill, and they use them in their forces. So what is the end game? What can these people possibly do? Well, we learned if we kill a White Walker, all of the other troops that are being commanded by that White Walker just go down. That's what happened north of the Wall, and that is their plan. They are going to try to take out the Night King. And, well, how do you draw the Night King out? Well, you get Bran, who has a connection to the Night King. So that is our key right there. We have that whole thing happening where we're going to have our troops kind of guarding everybody. And I love how at that point we have Theon Greyjoy, who is going to lead the Ironborn that are with him to personally defend Bran. Now, going back all the way to Season 2, we had him, Theon, going against the Starks to take out the castle and own it for the Greyjoys. And, well, that's where the downfall of Theon comes from. So he is all the way here in Season 8. He is redeeming himself. Now, Theon is one of my favorite characters of Game of Thrones, so I absolutely hope he survives. I absolutely love the character. Say what you will about the character. Yeah, he's had his, his ups and downs for sure, but I think his intentions are so good right now, right? He wants to kind of redeem himself for what he has put through, because if it wasn't for him trying to take out the castle, the Boltons wouldn't have taken it over, and all this other crap wouldn't have happened basically up in North if it wasn't for Theon trying to make this power grab. And then to see him embrace Sansa was just a powerful moment that really moved me more than I thought it would. So seeing them together, man, that kind of stirred up the emotions a little bit for sure. I want to get back to Jaime Lannister and that whole scene, that brilliant scene of everybody just hanging out in the fireplace, just having a good time, right? This is the last night. These characters are going to have some peace and quiet. So, of course, they're going to, Tyrion's there. They're going to tell stories. They're going to have laughs. They're going to sing songs. And to see Jaime Lannister actually knight Lady Brienne of Tarth was just absolutely an incredible moment. A knight can knight another person, but women have never been knights in the past. But, Lady Brienne of Tarth has been arguably the most, like a knight type of archetype that you can possibly come up with. She is super driven. She knows who she is fighting for. She is like the role model you want to follow for a knight, right? So to see Sir Jaime Lannister knight her as Sir Brienne of Tarth was just an incredible moment that I did not expect, but was something that really was needed. And especially Jaime, the reason why he came all the way there in the first place was to actually fight by the side underneath of Brienne. Like, that's a huge moment, right? To actually acknowledge her from Season 3 and come all this way is just an incredible incredible moment in Game of Thrones history. Another huge moment in this episode was between Daenerys and Sansa. So we know their relationship has been kind of frosty in Winterfell. Oh, that was pretty bad, wasn't it? Anyway, their relationship, Daenerys was trying to bridge the gap of this tension that is happening. And Sansa is saying, hey, look, men are easily manipulated by women. She's kind of pointing a finger, intimidating with Daenerys. Daenerys is trying to explain, look, I'm trying to just follow what Jon is telling me. This is the bigger threat. We need to take care of the dead first and then worry about the Iron Throne later. It then has the question coming up from Sansa, what's going to happen after the war? What's going to happen with the North? Are we going to be separate entities? And Daenerys seems to kind of hold back from that. So it looks like we're still going to have that tension. Even though there was a moment of understanding from both of the characters, it looks like that's going to still happen. But this episode was a fantastic episode. It reminded me a lot of Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Battle of Helm's Deep. Everybody's getting ready for that big battle with the Uruk-hai and Saruman's forces. We had the same kind of vibe. It was nightfall for most of the episode. Characters just living this as their last night. Like, this is the last time we're going to see characters. We see Arya Stark and Gendry kind of getting into some experimentation as far as Arya is concerned for her first time, right? So we see stuff like that happening where we get different perspectives. Podrick is having a ton of beer. Yeah, he's probably going to drink a little bit more than he wants to, but Tyrion looks at him and says, this is the last day you might be alive. So, enjoy it while you still can, because we're going to enjoy this episode while we still can, because we know the next episode probably not going to see a lot of these characters again. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but this is the last episode we're going to see a lot of these characters together. The whole time I was watching this episode, I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach like, oh man, this is really sad, right? This is really just hard to watch these characters for the last time, because we've built these characters up through 8 seasons for a lot of these characters. To kind of get that feeling, they have done their job. D.B. Weiss and David Benioff and everybody involved with this series have done their job with really building this action, this rising action up to make us feel like this is a huge moment. This is a huge moment, and we gotta cherish these moments while they still last. So what was your favorite moment of this episode, and what do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Who do you think is going to live? Who do you think is going to die? Let's talk about it all in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I review every single episode of Game of Thrones from this part going forward to the end. So if you liked what my thoughts were on this episode, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so that way you never miss another episode. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.